Hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be practicing some indices questions. First one is 2 to the power 3n plus 2, which is equals to 1 over 128. Okay, just get started. First of all, we have to make sure both sides, left and right, are both of the same base. So we can do that by 2 to the power 3n plus 2 is equals to 1 over 2 to the power 7. This will, so if we do 2 to the power 7, we get 128. Okay, and we can rewrite this as 2 to the power minus 7 from the previous video. It's 3 to the n plus 2, which is equals to 2 to the power minus 7. Okay, and then since bases are the same and we know that they are equal, we can just say, well, 3n plus 2 is equals to minus 7. Okay, and then we can just find n, which is just going to be minus 7 minus 2 all over 3. Okay, so n is equals to minus 3. Alright, so that's our answer. Okay, so moving on, next we're going to do the same thing, but what we want is to make sure both sides have the same base. So let me rewrite this fraction first as 4 to the power minus 1 power x, which is equals to 64. Okay, so now I know what I can do is I can write this as a power of 2, or I could just, what I could do is write this as a power of 2, and then write this as a power of 2, or I could write both of them as a power of 4, or a base of 4, I mean. So I don't have to change anything here, I can just change something here. So first of all, I just need to find out, so 4 to the power 3 is 64, so this is 4 to the power 3. So 4 to the power minus 1, all power x is equals to 4 to the power 3. So then we do the distribution, just multiply here. So that gives us 4 to the power minus x, which is equals to 4 to the power 3. Okay, so we know since bases are the same and they're equal, we can just say minus x is equals to 3. So x is equals to minus 3 if we divide minus 1 on both sides. Okay, so yeah, that's that. All right, moving on, next question. This one, it's all okay, it's the same thing. All we have to do is make sure that both sides have the same base, except here we can't really use 8 as our base because 8 to the power of something or an integer isn't 16. Okay, so it's better to use maybe 2. So let's do that. Okay, so to rewrite this, all you have to do is write 2 to the power 3 and then multiply the power. So 4x minus 3 equals to, okay, so this is 16. How do we write this in the power of 2? So that will be 2 to the power of 4, which is 16. But this is 2 to the power 4, but it's like this. It's over 1 over 2 to the power 4. So that means if we had to write properly, we would write this as 2 to the power minus 4. Okay, so 2 to the power minus 4, and then x to the power x plus 1. Okay, now we need to distribute, or we just need to simplify this, right? And this one also has to multiply here. Okay, might need a lot more space for this. To the power 12x minus 9 equals to the power minus 4, okay, minus 4x minus 4. Okay, so bases are the same and it's equal, so we can just say 12x minus 9 is equals to minus 4x minus 4. Okay, so we take minus 4 to the other side, that becomes 16x, and we take minus 9 to the other side, which becomes plus 9. So plus 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay, and then so x is equals to 5 over 16. All right, moving on to another question. This is, all right, so to do this, all you have to do is remember that their bases, these numbers, they have to be the same. Let me just highlight these. This, this, and this has to be the same. It's always a good measure to put all of the bases as the same number so that it's easy to multiply or divide out anything like that. Okay, so let's quickly do that. So 2 to the power 2 minus x multiplied by 2 to the power 2 2x plus 3. Okay, and then that is equals to 2 to the power 3. Okay, so since these are multiplying, I can remove the brackets and say this and it's still fine. So let me rewrite this: 2 to the power 2 minus x times 2 to the power 4x plus 6, which is equals to 2 to the power 3. Okay, so now I can simply add these because we're multiplying and the bases are the same. So 2 minus x plus 4x plus 6 is equals to 3. Okay, remember the bases are still the same here, so we can add, so we can say the powers are equal. Okay, so this is going to give us 3x, this is going to give us plus 8 equals to 3, and then x will equal to, this will go to the other side, become minus 8, so 3 minus 8 is minus 5 over 3. Okay, so this is going to be our answer. Alright, so moving on, let's do this one. This one looks a bit tricky, so but this one is pretty simple. All we have to do is we have to somehow make a substitution. Okay, let me just write this on one hand side. So this is 3x to the power half minus 3x to the power minus 1 over half minus 8, which is equals to 0. Okay, so I can rewrite this as over x to the power half. Okay, so now I can multiply out by x to the power half, which will give me 3 to the power x minus 3 minus 8 to the power x power half, which is equal to 0. Okay, so 3x minus 8, x to the power minus half, minus 3 is equal to 0. Now here, I have to make a substitution that will somehow, make it easy for me. So what I want to do is say, well, x to the power half can equal to y. And if I square both sides, okay, so if I write half square this equals to y squared, so this will give me x is equals to y squared. So I can rewrite this as 3y squared minus 8y minus 3 equals to 0. Now I can use my calculator and I can find the answer to this. Okay, so y is equals to 3 and y is equals to minus 1 over 3. Now we're not done yet though, because we said y is equals to minus x to the power minus half, x to the power half. So we have to come over here and say x to the power half is equals to 3 and x to the power half is equals to minus 1 over 3. So if we square both sides, right, so x will equal to 9, right, and then x over here 1 over 2. Okay, let me just do this. Square this, square this. So x will equal to 1 over 9. Okay, so these are our two values of x. Okay, so I think this one is from an exam question. Alright, so already I can see that 6 and 36 are related because if I do 6 squared, I get 36. Okay, and I know that 6 and 216 are also related. If I do 6 to the power 3, we'll get 216. Okay, so that's really helpful. So let's rewrite this. So 6 to the power 2, 2y minus 5 over 6 to the power 3y, which is equal to 6 to the power 2y minus 1 over 6 to the power 3y plus 6. Okay, so using the laws of indices, I can, first of all, I can just distribute the powers over here so that it's a bit simpler to look at. 6 to the power 4y minus 10 over 6 to the power 3y, which is equals to 6 to the power 2y minus 1 over 6 to the power 3y plus 18. Okay, next I just have to simplify this further by saying 6 to the power 4y minus 10 minus 3y equals to 6 to the power 2y minus 1 minus 3y plus 18. Okay, I'm running out of space here. I'll just move up here. Okay, first of all, 4 minus 3 is y minus 10 equals to 6. Okay, minus y, which is minus 19. Hopefully that is correct. Okay, So 6 to the power y minus 10 is equals to 6 to the power minus y minus 19. So here we know the bases are the same and they're equal. So all we have to do is to say y minus 10 is equals to minus y minus 19. Take y to the other side and it becomes minus 2 or 2y. And 10 goes to the other side, that becomes minus 9. Okay, so y is now equal to minus 9 over 2. Alright, so let's move on to the last question maybe. Yep. Okay, so this one is also from a past exam. All we have to do is simply do the same procedure. It's nothing too complicated. Alright, so we're going to rewrite this as simply as possible. So p to the power minus 2, q r minus r to the power minus 2 over p to the power 1 over 3, q to the power 2, r to the power minus 3, all to the power of half, because square root is equals to a power of half. So p to the power a, q to the power b, and r to the power c. I mean. So don't worry about what all this is. We're just going to get to it. Alright, so let's simplify this out. To simplify, we're just going to have to multiply the power, so power distribution. Alright, so p to the power minus 2, q power minus 1 over 2 over, okay, so p to the power, that'll be 1 over 6. Q to the power, that'll just be 1. And r to the power minus 3 over 2. Okay, so we're just going to separate these. So minus p to the power minus 2, p to the power 1 over 6, times q to the power 1, q to the power 1, yeah, and then times r to the power minus 1 over 2 over r to the power minus 3 over 2. Now I just have to do minus 2, okay, I'll write this out, minus 2 minus 1 over 6 times p to the power 1 minus 1 times r to the power minus 1 over 2 minus minus 3 over 2. That's p to the power minus 13 over 6 times q to the power 0. That is r to the power 1. Okay. So if we bring, okay, so p to the power a q to the power b times r to the power c. Alright. So let's just look at this. Just this. We can compare, we can say, well, p is, the same as this. So we know that a is equals to minus 13 over 6. And then b is equals to 0. And then c is equals to 1. Alright. So these are our values and our answers for, well, this is our answer. These are our values for the powers. Alright. So I hope this helped. And I will see you in the next one.